Hi, this is Greg Johnson, Director of Media Development for Blue Book Services. I'm here today talking with George Nikolich, who is a VP of Technical Operations at Gerawan Farming. He's also on the Technical Committee at the Center for Produce Safety. And the Center for Produce Safety announced 11 research grants at nearly $3 million. And today I have George here to talk about the significance of some of these grants and what it'll mean to people in the produce industry. So George, I know you had mentioned that there are a few projects that will have particular importance to people in the produce industry, and you have a couple examples of those.
Yeah, as we were talking, CPS job one is to help industry prevent foodborne illnesses. But of course, we also are interested in doing that in the most cost-effective way possible. So a couple of the new projects stood out for me in that context. For instance, the FDA recommends that sanitizers are rotated in ready-to-eat processing operations, and that's based on a reasonable assumption, but not a lot of direct data. And so the Gangue project and one of the Weedman projects seeks to answer that question. Do we really need to rotate sanitizers? And how can we detect resistance in population with respect to listeria? Okay, the other project of great interest is a done project. The preventative controls rule requires that food handling facilities do environmental monitoring. But does that apply to distribution centers? They say yes, but again, that's not based on a lot of direct data. So this project seeks to answer that question. Just what are the risks associated with produce and vented packaging in distribution centers? It makes sense, it's open to the atmosphere. It makes sense that contamination is a possibility, but exactly what is the risk?
So putting data to some of these assumptions, what do you see as the greatest benefit to the produce industry of collecting this and really being able to answer some of these questions?
Well, it's basically two ends of the spectrum, I think, are possible. One is, we don't spend resources on something that we don't need to do, so that those resources can be directed towards something that maybe will move the needle a little bit more. And the other is to find out something new about what we're not doing or should be doing to improve our practices and reduce the risk of foodborne illness even more.
So this just kind of goes along with the HACCP kind of protocol and the whole idea behind that, right?
I think it goes more to the point. I think it says, don't assume anything. Make sure that what you do is based on solid evidence. It's science-based, and you're not spinning your wheels. You're not spending resources unnecessarily, or you're doing it in the right way in the right places.
Yeah, that sounds like it's good for food safety and it's better business.
Exactly, 10-4.
All right, well, George, it's been great talking to you, and this is an exciting time for CPS, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing the results of these projects, and it's a really good thing for the industry, both from a food safety and a just better business example. So, George, thanks for talking with us today, and we'll talk to you again next time.
I agree. Thanks, Greg. Pleasure.